Hey there, it's Tina Forsyth here. So I'm going to get up on my soapbox a little bit here today in this video and ask a very maybe directed question. For some of you it might really hit home, and that is, are you being cheap with your team? And see, here's the thing, I see this happening with people out there, and more importantly, I see where and how this is getting in the way of you growing your business. If you are a service-based business, as I know many of you are, I mean, this is important when you're a product-based business too, but in particular, if you're a service-based business, if you're providing a service in some way, shape, or form, whether you're virtual, whether you're bricks and mortar, doesn't really matter. The lifeblood of your business is the people. It's the people doing the work. And I know for many entrepreneurs who are in this space that you struggle with and potentially maybe holding yourself back for the simple reason that you're not willing to pay for the right level of support in your business, right? And when I'm talking about team, I'm talking about the implementers, I'm talking about the doers. It could be your business manager, your assistants, your web folks, your copywriter folks. It could be people who do what you do, that you hire to join the team and to kind of expand your own capacity and leverage yourself and so on, right? I see people being cheap with their team. And there's a few ramifications here. You know, first and foremost, there's that old saying, right, that you get what you pay for. And if you are in a space in your business where you need a higher level of support, right, where you're really ready to move fast, you're really ready to grow, then you need to be willing to pay for the people who can keep up with you, for the people who can truly bring the expertise to the table that you need. If you're in a stage in your business where maybe things are a little slower, you're just getting started, you know, you have the time and energy to maybe train someone or bring them up to speed as to what you need in your business, then it can be okay to hire people that are generally going to cost less, right? I mean, if they're newer themselves and they don't have the experience and expertise yet, then it's fine to pay them less, right? Given that you have the time and energy to kind of support and bring them up to speed over time. But if you're in the space that I know many of you are, where you are ready to grow, you're ready to move fast, you're ready to rock and roll, you need to be willing to pay for the support that's going to keep up with you. Hugely, hugely important, right? And I see when people are not willing to pay for the support that they actually need, there's a few things that come into play. You know, first and foremost, you're ultimately going to pay for things in one way or the other. You're either going to pay literally dollars, you're going to pay money to hire people to support you with what you need to support your business. You're going to pay in time. If you don't hire the right team to help you, a lot of times things are going to end up back on your plate. And you're going to be spending too much time and energy doing these things that theoretically you could have someone else doing them, right? As we talked about in our last video with the yes list. You could have someone else do everything that's not on your yes list, ideally. And I know that doesn't happen overnight, you're building towards that, but that is a bigger picture of what you're building towards here. You know, if you don't hire the right people, if you're not willing to spend the money to hire the right people, things are going to come back on your plate. And you're not going to be able to focus on your yes list. And then you're not going to be able to grow your business because you're going to be bogged down in everything else. And one of the third ways that you end up paying for this, which I think is actually really key that a lot of times we don't consider, is you're going to be paying in lost opportunities. If you don't have the right support in your business to help you do certain things, then you're going to actually be missing opportunities. If you're not willing, for example, to hire someone to really help you, say, with marketing or social media or getting a kick-butt website that's really going to connect with clients or whatever that is, if you're still kind of patching it together or just going the DIY, do-it-yourself mode or whatever that is, your business is going to reflect that. You're going to miss opportunities. If you yourself are already so busy with all the little things that you can't even say yes when other opportunities come up, that's a huge issue. That's a huge issue, right? And so, I mean, at the end of the day, the work needs to be done. And the bigger picture is either you're going to do it and you're going to try to do it all or keep trying to do it all, or you hire someone to help you with it, with the things that you can't and don't want to do and that aren't on your yes list anyhow, or things end up not getting done at all. And opportunities are lost, things fall through the cracks, and neither one is a great option in my opinion, right? So I really want to challenge you here a little bit. I'm not talking about going off the deep end and spending tons of money that you don't need to spend and whatever. This is really coming from a place of you first and foremost knowing who you should have on your team, right? So I know some people will go to the extreme where they're actually spending way too much money on their team, in my opinion, which is actually probably a whole other video. But, you know, I want you to first and foremost know that this is coming from a place of clarity, of you knowing who you need on your team. And if you're not clear on that, you guys, I just want to let you know, The Entrepreneur's Trap, my new book here, chapter, whatever it is, well, page 156, I think it's chapter 13 or something like that, actually gives you access to my Thrive hiring system. And the very first session in the Thrive hiring system is talking all about who you actually need to hire. When you know who you need to hire, when you know who you actually need at this stage in your business growth, then of course that's the first step. Then from there you can make the decisions to hiring the best people, right? So I don't want you to go off the deep end and go willy-nilly and all of that and end up spending a ton of money you don't need to spend. But likewise, don't be cheap with your team. Don't be cheap with your team. And you know who you are. I think some of you guys know who you are when I say that too, right? I really want to throw this, kind of throw out the gauntlet, if you will, around this and really challenge you here, because this will hold you back in your growth. It'll hold you back in your growth. And for some of you, it could be already, right? And it's something that we need to bring to the light and look to solve and look to move forward on. Because my wish for you at the end of the day is to have a kick butt business that's going to grow by leaps and bounds, is going to serve the people you want to serve, make you great money, and that you have a team that's supporting you in the business around that. Because without that, it's not going to be any fun. I can guarantee that. So until next time, it's Tina Forsyth here. Take care, everyone. Bye now.